Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pure Cut Creations. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on this glass etching of Darth Vader. I started out making a drawing of it. I just wanted to get everything correct. I've had this in my mind for so long now, and I really just wanted to get it out on the paper before I started doing my glass etching. Now, you'll see in just a moment here that I actually did a digital artwork of this as well, adding in photos from the actual scenes in the movie and cutting them together because my drawing skills are not adequate for this project. But I just wanted to get it down, I wanted to get it laid out, and I wanted to really do some planning on this one. I also wanted to make sure I could get the shading correctly put on there because it's quite complex. So here I have the picture. As you can see, Darth Vader is very dark, only illuminated by the glow of his lightsaber. In fact, everything in the room is only illuminated by his lightsaber. I had to switch it to a brighter setting and then make it black and white so that way I could etch it. After I got it printed out, it was time to paste it onto the glass screens. I just used some painter's tape as always because it peels off so easily, and it was time to get to work. I started out using the greenstone bit. This bit came in handy. As you can see, it is getting towards the end of its life. I actually switched to my other greenstone bit that is far closer to the end of its life, just to try and use up as much of it as possible because I knew this project would present a huge amount of wear and tear on my bits. I had to get the shading done properly, so what that required was me to go through and outline it and fill it all in using the greenstone bit. You can see here I am starting to work on the fog right after I finished outlining all of the rebel soldiers as well as Darth Vader. Now this scene obviously comes from the Rogue One movie. It is my favorite Star Wars movie. I feel like it really captures the evil atrocities of the rebels as well as some good that the Empire has done. I feel like it's the most realistic wartime Star Wars movie, although I know there's a lot of criticism against it. Anyway, I am outlining all of the fog. Once I get all the outlining and most of the shading done, I take off the template and it's time for me to get to work putting in all of the solid greenstone. Now, this was actually wearing on my bit quite a lot. You can see here that the tip of it is mostly wore down to the metal now, and I have to use the side of the bit to get anything. I was really just trying to use up the last little bit. I did forget to do the details on Darth Vader's suit, so I had to put that back on the back and then mark out where I was going to put them. This lightsaber part was very difficult. I tried not to touch the greenstone on the outside at all, and all of the lights that I did on Darth Vader and the lightsaber were done in that diamond bit, so that way it was a bit brighter than the greenstone. Then I went in with my silicone polishers to mark out some details on the suit, the edges of the helmet, some details on the face, and of course his shoulders there. Then I went through with that same polisher bit to do the edges of the fog and some of the shading in the room. I wasn't using the template at this point, which was good because it's always easier to see how the shading is coming out when I'm not using the template. And I hit just about everywhere. Then I switched to the finer one. As you can see, they were both black. Normally I would use the white and then the black, but I used a different brand polisher for the first step. Then I switched to the blue, which is an even finer grit, just getting the very edges of the shading. You'll see the difference in the two brands of polishers that I use later in the video. And then finally I end up with the pink, wiping it all off, and I go to my second sheet. Now this time I'm going for that little second layer of the hallway. I mark it all out with the green stone, and you could probably predict what I'm going to be doing and what effect I'm going to create using this, but the only thing that I'm doing on this one is that second layer of hallway, the shading on it, and that little bit of the Rebel's helmet that you can see. That one guy very close to Darth Vader, crouching down, pointing at him with his blaster. Now I'm using the white one, and you can see how much better it already looks than the other one, and how much difference in shading I can actually get just going through the various stages, and how much smoother the transition actually is. Then I put some diamond on just to get the harsh highlights, and then it was on to the last level where I'm just outlining the actual Rebels helmets and doing that third tier of the hallway. There wasn't much work to be done on this last panel, which is great because that first one really wiped me out, but I go through once again with the green stone and then back in with the polishing bits. It's getting a lot darker as I go, and I can show you what it looks like with the three-dimensional effect. This is the reason why I used 3 different pieces of glass, because I kind of wanted it to have a slight 3D effect, as well as showing the different stages of the hallway. If I were going to do this again, I really feel like I would have done 4, just so that way I would have Darth Vader in the far background and the 3 layers, but I think this came out really good, and if you like this video, please make sure to give me a like. It means a lot. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, because the next video we're going to be making a frame for this. So have a wonderful day, and as always, thank you for watching.